Hey, this was one of these games. I know you're always looking for that 40 minutes of basketball, and I was about ready to lead off by saying that. I know there's that little blip on the radar there where they made that 25-11 run, but all things said, other than that, it seemed like a pretty complete effort from your guys.
Other than that, I mean, that's the part. I thought we drifted into some old habits defensively that, aren't going to cut it, and that was disappointing. But, yes, there was some good, solid defense in the first half, good ball movement, and, I was really excited to see Casey come back. I said to him, I go, practice is overrated. I said, you get another 10-day break. But he was, I thought, really good. Couple missed assignments a lot of guys had defensively in that stretch. And then, Poppy Francisco gave us a nice lift too with his physicality and some passing out of the post, and just so that was good. And then, obviously you saw early on Sam and Jay, and then Kihei did some things down the stretch, but early on those guys were effective, that I thought was enough. But again, that part that you said, that other part always concerns you, but certainly we'll take it.
Yeah, baby steps as you try to get this team going. And by the way, you guys had 5 different players in double figures scoring in this game. That's only the 4th time it's happened under your watch, but it's happened twice in the last 3 games. I mean, what kind of an asset is that, and kind of a weapon is that when you've got different guys that can damage an opponent like that? I
think that's important. No, I do. You have to obviously be able to stretch it, and I think guys with Casey doing that, guys found their niche, and so, again, we just keep looking for ways. We know as we go now on the road, go against, I think, the competition, Notre Dame's been close. They just haven't been able to get one. And so now you go against the Clemson team. That'll be fresh and ready. I think they practiced today, but they're athletic and strong and a good team, and we'll have to just be ready. But the balance is always good on the offensive end.
All right, thanks, Coach. I'll hand it off.
Okay, Dave. Hey, Dave, congratulations. Bacher told me you got Broadcaster of the Year. Is that right?
I guess so.
Congratulations. No, well-deserved. You do a great job. That's great.
All right, we'll take our questions from Jeff White, Gene Wong, and Danielle Stein.
Tony, Casey has looked more fluid and more comfortable offensively when he's played this year than he did for a lot of last year. Did you notice a change in him in that regard when he came back to town in July, or is that something that's just kind of slowly developed over the past few months?
Well, I think, he's not a first year anymore. He had I thought a nice game against, after our Gonzaga game where we all struggled, I thought Casey had a nice outing against Notre Dame, and then, had to be on the contact tracing time away, so and then he stepped back up. But, yeah, I think we have him in a spot that's been pretty good, and, I always want him to be a bulldog on the ball defensively and keep using his strength and ability to slide, because that's so important for our defense. If we can keep the ball in front, it makes our defense that much better. And then offensively, I think he's simplified. And, again, you saw that today. And, again, I didn't expect him to be kind of in that sort of rhythm to go 3 for 3 from 3. And, that's really good. So good for him, because he has, I think, Jeff, put the work in. There's no question. He learned a lot. He had some good moments last year. He struggled at times. And I think he really put that information and that wisdom to use.
Tony, Notre Dame came in as the top 3-point shooting team in the ACC, I think almost 38%. Today they go 5 for 22. In the 2 games against them, they're 10 for 42 from 3-point range. Just what do you attribute to that?
They're dangerous.
3-point line.
They can shoot 1 through 5. And Durham hit that was a long 2, but when Leshesky plays the 5, that's a problem. And I think they missed a lot of open looks in the first half, and then you saw them get on a little mini run in that second half where if you're a little delayed or low with your hands or not there in the catch, they'll stick it pretty quick. And but they are a dangerous team with how they move the ball and space the floor. Coach Bray's always been very good at that offensively with their motion and different sets into it. And again, the majority of the game, I think we were there. They put you in a little bit of a pickle when you have to trap if you switch a ball screen. But we tried to make some adjustments this time and protect the rim a little more. But when they put their head down in the second half, we didn't do the job. We fouled and they got to the rim. But they predicate themselves when they're making shots. They can obviously, you can see what they can do against some teams. Is that a question? Is someone asking?
Your starting five, most has occurred this season, and just playing 7 deep with Casey and Poppy as well. What's the chemistry that you've been seeing from these players that you're using?
I'm hearing a lot of background. I think the question was, I went with a 7-man rotation today, and then was
the chemistry that you've been seeing?
Yeah.
I think there was some other background, yeah.
Yeah. People got to learn to mute their Zooms. How long have we been doing this? No, I'm just kidding. That's probably Dave Kane, the broadcaster of the year. No, just joking. I think that I thought about it because, you could have gone. We didn't have Caden available or Cody. So Justin and Thomas certainly are guys that have played. And I just felt with Casey and how he played, and we've been going really 6, and Tom and Justin have played in these last 2 games sparingly. I thought Poppy's matchup on Durham would be good. And he did a good job when he was in there in Casey, and I just kept it at that. It was, that doesn't mean guys won't. We can't add 8 or 9, but it's been working for us so far.
All right, next 3 will be from Bennett Conlon, David Teal, and Allison Rabel.
But you alluded to that Clemson game on Saturday. What are you going to have to do to be able to beat a team of that caliber that's sort of at the top of the ACC so far this year?
Yeah, I mean, I'll start, getting to work on watching Clemson. But what I know about them, they're athletic and they're real tough and physical. And I have to watch more, but I've always been impressed. And I think Brad does a great job. They play hard defensively. They're on the glass, and he's just a good coach. And you got to be ready, especially. Well, it's always a different setting, but. They make you earn what you get, and you better lace them up tight because that's just the way he's developed them. And again, they're playing good basketball. They obviously, I don't know what their last game was, but will be their next one, and so we'll see how they respond and how we respond.
Tony, Sam had some creative moves in the post tonight with some up and unders using his left hand and such. Do you want to see a little bit more of that from him and let expand his offensive range?
Yeah, no, he did. He good footwork, good fakes. He sure did, and I think he's always been solid, as I've mentioned before. He's been well coached wherever he's been, and it's just sometimes can you get to certain spots? Obviously he can shoot the 3, he can drive, he can score in the mid post face. So. All that stuff is good. I think, even with Jay, you saw him shoot some 3s, get some post-ups, some drives. Kihei the same. So using the versatility and, those are, good footwork, good moves, and those don't come unless you've done those things, been well-schooled, I think, at being taught that in, junior high and high school and beyond. And so I think he's got a good base to work with, and he knows how to use space, footwork, balance, fakes. That's good stuff. Probably how you used to do it, right, David, in the post?
Yeah.
Hi, Tony. I was just wondering if you could talk a little bit about what it means to you that residents of Southwood Mobile Home Park are naming the first park in their redeveloped neighborhood after your program's 5 pillars.
Yeah, they called and asked me about that, and they said, well, name it after you or your wife. And I was like, no. I said, name it after my wife. She would have killed me if I would have okayed that. But they said they believe in, what our program is, and it's been an encouragement to them. And then I can't remember who suggested it or if we did, but, the pillars or 5-pillar park, that's awesome because those aren't my pillars. They're just our program, but they suggest the right kind of stuff. So I was humbled. I was really thought it was neat, and that'll go far beyond. And I got to have a Zoom call with the people that are part of that community, and they shared their vision for what they want to do and why they wanted to name it that. And I thought it was one of the cooler things that I've been a part of. So I was really grateful to hear that, and no, that means a lot.
Thanks, Tony.
You're welcome.
Great, we got time for 2 more, so we'll have Hank and Doug Dowdy to close it out.
Hey, Tony, what does Jay making 3-pointers, 4 in the first half, how does that open up the offense?
Well, yeah, I mean, it stretches the offense. It's like Leszewski for Notre Dame when they play the 5, and anytime you can do that, it it just puts you a little bit of a, you have to come out, so it opens the floor for either other post-ups or drives, and, or himself. So we're trying to utilize, this year, as we've talked about it, we're a different team this year, so we're trying to utilize different guys' strengths. And, Sam can stretch it, and certainly Jay. But, that was nice. There was some real nice ball movement and rhythm threes, and, that really obviously is something that he can do. So I think, again, it sets up the rest of his game. We just say have balance in your game, and I think that's what he's learning to do.
Tony, we haven't seen an offensive game from Casey like that. Is that something you see in practice? Is that something you saw when you recruited him? Just talk about his offense today.
Yeah. Well, not in the last 10 days. I haven't seen that kind of in practice because he hadn't been there. But, no, Casey's got a very good mid-range pull-up. And obviously statistically last year he had a hard three-point shooting percentage, but he made some shots. Even this year he hasn't been to it, but he's shooting shots with confidence, and it's just you just keep working and shooting. Yes, no, we see sometimes those stretches where he can, again, one dribble pull-up, get to the rim, and then just be, as I said, as ornery and tough as an on-ball defender and be, kind of that warrior mindset defensively. So that's his game, and I think, at times if Kihei's locked in and Reese is locked in and Casey is, those three should be able to guard the ball, and that helps your defense. And then again, where we're putting him, if Jay is stretching it, well, then it opens up some driving lines and pull-ups, and then guys creating for him on the wing. I thought he's comfortable in that spot. So, yeah, those are things in high school I think that he did, Doug, and, I hope this is a sign of things to come because that was certainly needed and will continue to be needed.